Welcome back. One of the things I love about our Mackenzie Wilson is that she's crafty. And I love to kind of live vicariously through her and her crafts. And she's going to show us today something that I've seen on Pinterest. I love this idea.
They're all over and it's great. I think a lot of people use them for kind of wedding showers, engagement parties, because there's something that's really easy to make. Cocktail in a bottle so you have it pre-prepared. I mean, who has the money to even hire a bartender in the first place? So it's something you could do with your bridesmaids, get it together, and then you're ready to go when the party comes.
It's also a great hostess gift, right?
Yes. It'd be a perfect hostess gift if you're going to a summer barbecue. You know, you never know what to bring. It's like you buy a bottle of wine. Well, now do I buy the $10 bottle of wine or the $20? Are they going to notice? And what am I going to do? So this is an easy one where it's, you know, it's handmade, has a little nice touch to it that's different than what everyone else is going to be bringing.
That's right. It's not your generic bottle of wine.
And it's going to take some work. We're going to work through this. It's a pretty easy recipe. All we need is lemonade, soda water, orange juice, and we have this nice bourbon. It is by C.W. Irwin bourbon, and it's by a local guy in town. It's Oregon Spirit Distiller. They've been making spirits since 2009, and they're around, and it's kind of a new thing for them. But this is going to be our main ingredient for the C.W. Summer Punch.
Oh, I love this.
So I'm pretty excited about it.
Love this already.
And really, you don't need too much to make it. We just have these simple ingredients and things that you have around the house: a pitcher, a little stir stick, and a measuring cup. This is the one thing we're going to see, though, is the funnel is going to be very handy. I was testing this out earlier, and trying to get liquids into this is not that easy without a funnel. So if you're watching at home and you want to do this, funnel would be my one main key ingredient.
Yeah, invest in the funnel.
Definitely.
So what do we do? What do we put in first?
Well, so we did the measuring earlier for the sugar. This is the only non-liquid ingredient, and you can just throw that in there. It's a half a cup of sugar.
And may I just say that only Mackenzie would have the heart-shaped measuring cup.
I know, my mom's going to be so proud of me. That's honestly, I love cooking, and I have the most ridiculous cooking utensils. So.
That is so fun. I love that. So after the sugar, what goes in?
So we might as well get rid of the lemonade because it's in this huge bottle, and so we're just going to measure out 325 milliliters. This would be an easy recipe to make bigger, but because we don't want to spill it all over, we're doing it for show, we want to make it half, so we're just going to do 325 milliliters. And that's going to be close to the 400 mark. So really do as much as you want, but just make sure all your ingredients kind of have some evenness to them. Do you mind holding that so I don't embarrass us more, I'm sure?
I already spilled the sugar, folks, so I think anything
it's
Mackenzie
been,
would do.
Yeah, it's been done, so we're good to go.
Right.
So there we go. 375, right around 400, you're good to go, and that just goes right in there. I'm going to slowly start moving things off the table so we don't have a good chance of spilling stuff. Same thing for the soda water. We're going to do the exact same amount. Just goes right in there. And takes a minute. This is going to make it, you know, have that little carbonated taste to it. It's not just going to be a plain punch for us.
Yeah.
And that goes in as well.
Okay. This is my kind of recipe. Measure it out, dump it in. I like that.
Definitely nice and easy.
Okay.
And then the bourbon, we're going to do that before this one because it's these three ingredients, the lemonade and the soda water and the bourbon, all the exact same amount. And then orange juice is a little bit less, so it's just kind of more of the splash of orange juice for it.
Okay.
So I'm told, I haven't tasted this bourbon, but I'm told it's well-rounded, has a peppery finish, so maybe people who have drank bourbon before really understand that, and it's going to add a little kick to our summer punch. Has that gurgling sound.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful too. The bottle is just gorgeous.
Beautiful, yeah. See how much we get. There we go.
Okay, so the bourbon.
So that's really, oh, it makes it pretty too.
It does.
That's about a half bottle, a little bit less than that. And so if you wanted to make it bigger, you could go, okay, I'm going to do 750 milliliters. That's the bottle, throw that in and do the same amounts for the other. So for the orange juice, let me make sure we're putting in the right amount, 125 milliliters on this. So not as much, like I said. And
so it's just like you said, just like a splash, really.
Yep, and you really want to have a liquid measuring cup for this. It's going to get really confusing if you're trying to do it with things that you measure the sugar with. Just better to have a liquid, and you can do it with all of them. Doesn't matter if you're mixing it all together. So stir that up. And then this is the harder part. We've been testing out the pouring techniques, and the best thing to do, like I said, is have a funnel for sure.
So I'll be in charge of the funnel.
Okay.
And these bottling items, where do you get these around Central Oregon?
So these, luckily, Bend being such a beer town, we just went to the brew shop on 3rd Street, it's right with the Platypus Pub. People will recognize that. And they had everything we needed. We had these bottle caps, which come in all sorts of cool colors. There's orange, red, we got blue, going with our theme for the My Window show, really. Yeah. And then the bottles are really cheap too. We got 24 for $13, so it's a good deal, and you can really make a lot of them.
That's great.
All right, so everybody cross your fingers that this goes well. And you can fill these as high as you want to, of course, but we're gonna go right to the top of, or the bottom of the bottleneck.
And in the interest of time, I'm gonna have you fill this one
good idea. And so it's really easy, and honestly, like we were kind of thinking about earlier, you don't have to make these with any kind of liquor in them too. It could be a great thing for punch, and you could get clear bottles for kids that don't look like beer bottles.
You
and
bet.
Then all we have to do is put the bottle caps on, which is actually a little bit harder than we thought it was going to be hard. So all you do is set it on there like Christy's doing. I'm going to hold it. It's good to have someone to support it because it is a little bit of work to get it on there, and it just pops down like that. And done, just like that. So we might as well do the other one while we're at it. This does have a magnet on the bottom of it, but it's kind of easier just to put it on top of the bottle and then go down with it. Takes some muscle work, it's really showing.
Yes,
just like that, it's done, and that, I mean, it's a really quick project. So.
Yes, and I love how you've used baker's twine and made tags for them.
You can make tags for them, and as you can see, we have, you do a name tag, Greg for them, or you can just do what kind it is, or for the hostess. That's where you get to be really personal and get your touch in there, and you just throw it on, and it's good to go.
This is fantastic. This is exactly what I'm doing for Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
The brown bottles for the adults, the clear bottles
for the kids. It's
Mackenzie, great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been really fun, and it's definitely something easy to do at home.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back.